Hello, welcome everybody. Happy to see you. Happy to see your names. Welcome Kem, Johnny, Zoltan, X-Gun, my sweetie, Kim, Neil. Hope you're all doing super well. Let me just write a little welcome message here. Hey, Steve, Carmela. You guys notice that I'm in HD today? Oh, you can see my pores. Maybe not. I got a new camera though. Pretty stoked on it. Hi, Patrick. Yeah, so I'm still learning the ins and outs of the camera. So if it like gets overblown, overexposed or something at some point, just let me know and I'll kind of fix it. Yeah, it's a bit dark. I don't really know how to adjust all the settings properly. So, I can try to step it up one. Maybe like that. Mautar, hey, Thomas, welcome. Shamkra, hello. Okay. Last week's video's still up, yeah. I got a copyright strike, not a strike. I got a copyright notice on it right after for when I played the track, the original track, but it just meant it got blocked in like three random companies. Three random companies. That's probably true actually too. No, three random countries. I think it was like Cuba, Syria, and Nigeria or something. The video got blocked in, so I guess they don't want that Simply Red song played in those countries. So what can I say? At least the video's still up. All right, so we're gonna get into it here. I need some headphones so I can hear what I'm doing. So this is weekly challenge number 19 from my Discord server, and this is 3-part harmony. We need to write a melody line and then harmonize it with 2 other parts that come in sequentially as the main melody line loops. I'm doing it in a chiptune style, meaning old school video game, retro 8-bit sound, basically. And that's the only, everyone else didn't have to do that. They could choose whatever instruments they wanted. That's just what I'm gonna do because I love that sound, especially for this kind of style. Hari, hello. Kim, Anne. No more ears, yeah, damn. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna create 3 synths. It's gonna take me like 5 seconds because they're very, very basic. And then we succeed. So let me just do this. Yeah, I love chiptune too, Carmela. So there's a few ways to go with this. The first is I could do all square waves and then just, hopefully this is an okay volume for you. It's a bit loud for me actually. And then when you change the pulse width modulation, so you could have one like this, one like this, and one like this. So that's one idea. The other idea is you have one square wave, one saw wave, and one triangle wave. I don't know yet. I'm gonna start with the 3 squares, I think, first and see how we do. Ian, yo. Hyped about the chiptune. Great, me too. So let's start off with one guy like this, one guy like this, and one guy like this. And actually, I just want to change a little bit. Maybe we can like just decay very, very slowly. I like that better. Set it to mono. And then I'm just going to set up the mod wheel so that it can do a vibrato. So we're going to say mod wheel deals with oscillator 1 pitch, like this. And sorry, that's not what I want. I want LFO1 to do that and the mod wheel to control it. So LFO1, we turn that on. We say around, my magic number for these vibratos is around 6 hertz-ish. And then we bring it up. Ah, perfect. Nice. That's pretty much exactly what I want. And let me think, is there anything else we want to do in here before we get into it? Get that volume up a little bit with the drive. That's probably good. In fact, oh, maybe noise. Maybe not. Okay, I'm actually going to now just, can I copy this? How does that work? What does this do? Can I, no, I don't think I can just copy this over, right? But I can just say store preset and we'll say chip square and we'll put it in the max folder. There we go. And then I'm just going to load the chip square in here and change the PWM, and then we're going to load the chip square in here and change it a bit more. Barbadell, hey, welcome. Okay, so let's give it a shot. I don't really know which one, probably maybe this one should be the melody. I actually don't know. This one's got the most bass in it. We'll just try it and see. All right, so here's the philosophy. I'm going to pick a tempo, and then I'm going to write a main sort of soprano melody. Soprano, alto, tenor, that's the 3 tracks I've got here. And then I'm going to try to write that all the way through first. Then we're going to go through and harmonize the other 2 parts, maybe even simultaneously, like not one at a time. Yeah, I'll try to talk about what I'm doing as I go, because there's a lot there to cover. Okay, so starting with the first thing here. Jean David, hey, welcome. Starting with the first thing, we're going to set a tempo. So I got to think about what I want to do. And I want a key, actually. If someone can call out a key, the first key that gets 2 people to say the same key, that's the one I'll take. So it needs to be a minor key. So let's go for that. Let me know. For tempo, nobody can agree on the key. Everyone's got different ones. As soon as I get one that's got 2, I'm going to go for it. All right, F minor, that's the first one. It's got both. I like F minor, so I'm happy about it. Got our 2, all right. How about F Dorian? No. We're probably going to use some kind of F melodic minor thing because that's what I'm into. And then actually let's get a little reverb going on. Oops, not you. You. And we'll send to the verb. Ooh. And we'll send much less to the verb. Frio, hey, welcome. Okay. Maybe too much reverb still. We'll have to see how it goes. Okay, so I've got my tempo set. I got my key set. And now we get to work. So I don't have any ideas for the melody at all. I'm just going to completely write it off the cuff right now. So you're going to have to give me a few minutes just to see how that goes. In terms of, I need to see kind of a secondary ruler here so that, how do I turn that on again? Like this, secondary ruler in seconds. So I can kind of see how many bars is gonna work. So 8 bars basically, which makes the job pretty easy, honestly. Okay, great. So I'm gonna try to write the lead line high enough that I have room underneath for both harmonies. I don't really want the other harmonies above the lead line. In this case, that's totally fine if that's what you did. There's many ways to do this, but I want the lead line to always remain the highest one, just for the sake of being able to hear it clearly. Just bring that down a step. All right. So let's just think about this for a sec. If we're in F, and actually for your benefit, I've also just put a little EQ on that I can toggle that removes all the high frequencies, because hearing this square wave over and over and over and over again is gonna get tiresome. So now it sounds like this. Oh, soggy pancakes. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's wonderful. Thomas, hey, welcome. All right, so melody. Here's the tempo. I'm getting some clicks here. It might just be my buffer's too low. Now it's extremely glitchy. Oh, there we go. So. Okay. So I'm trying to think of, I'm going to have the other two parts, so I need to leave room for them as well, right? I can't just do continuously filling all the space. So I'm intentionally trying to not play this note. See that oh, you can see my keyboard moving sometimes. Oh, only when I'm playing chords, I see. Anyway, so I'm intentionally trying to leave out the flat 6 until the second half of the melody. this. So let's just get something down. Something like that. So let's get rid of these guys. Hey, Nick. Yeah. Taking the same-ish melody the second time. Ugh. Okay. Great, so that's my first half of my melody. Now the second half is going to be... So at this moment when I'm playing these, in the first half I'm not really thinking about chords so much. At this half I am. Already better than any of my melodies. VZ says, hey Max, I was just watching your PreSonus tutorial videos. Remember when I asked what pan and low and high was? I do remember. Something like this will do. Something like that. Just can't play keys good enough. When you record, the notes are getting snapped to the grid. No, I'm doing that afterwards. I don't have auto quantize on. I just have a little macro that evens out all of their velocities and quantizes at the same time. Mickey from Ethiopia. Wow, welcome, Mickey. Nice to have you here. All right, so here's the melody. Let's see if it's... I don't have to like do any mixing or anything, so I got time to work on stuff today. Okay, let's just get the release because it's clicking at the end. Yep. All right, I like that. And then we can see about some vibrato in here. Like on this guy. Let's say like this. Maybe on the first one we can get it just real quick. And again. And here. And then the second half. Then maybe here real quick. Bend this up a bit. And here. Here. And here. And then we're basically done with that. How to make automation like a sine wave in Studio One. What are you trying to automate? What you could do for any parameter, say I edit the volume automation like this. You can use this tool here and turn it to anything you want. Say a sine wave, and then you just draw like this, and they have modifier keys. I'm holding Shift and Control, and this is Alt, and you can change the way it works, and it's based on, yeah. You can draw all kinds of shapes using this thing. That might be what you're looking for. It's not what I'm looking for, though. All right, so I think that is good. Remember that I have my ear saver turned on. Here it is without it. Cool. I love this kind of stuff. This like classical, basically classical Baroque-ish melodic minor harmony, or melody in this case, soon to be harmony, but done in the chiptune style. That's my favorite. Makes it sound more warm though. Yeah, exactly, it does. So we're gonna see in the end which one we prefer. Okay, so that one's done. I don't know though if we should have put it on this one. Or these, we'll have to just experiment. This actually sounds pretty awesome. All right, but we'll keep it on the top one for now just for organizational purposes. So here's how we're gonna do this. Here's how we're gonna write the other melody lines. I'm going to open this up. Well, first let's just group these. I'm gonna open this up in the MIDI editor, make it big. We're gonna use this little thingy so we can see the other tracks. Now, wherever the blue pencil is, that means we're editing that track. But I can view the other ones by just doing this. Now there's nothing on these tracks right now, so of course you're not going to see anything. But then I can show all 3 tracks at once, and then I can just switch between which ones I'm editing or not, right? So in this case, I'm going to be working with this second line, but I want to see the first line as I work, like that. And I may even have the third line open at the same time, but we'll see. So for now, stranger, hey, welcome. What I'm going to be doing as I'm doing this harmonization, a lot of it I'm just thinking about chords. I'm thinking about what chord is underneath the melody at that moment, but the chords can change very quickly to get just passing chords that, you know, lead into other things functionally and all sorts of fun stuff. So we're going to see how we go with it. Remembering we're in F minor here. So for instance, we have this first little thing, and we can lock the MIDI. What do you mean lock the MIDI? That's probably something I should know how to do. How do you lock the MIDI? I also need, excuse me, I need another track that is a poly track that I can test out ideas on, well, at least show something that I'm going to try to show here. So this is just the poly track. I'm going to just turn off the mono. So under there, of course, I'm thinking F minor to begin with. Then when it hits this note, I'm going to change chords to something, right? Could be. Could have been. All sorts of possibilities. So that's the idea, is that right click on the MIDI and lock edit. Wow, okay. So I can like just highlight all this stuff and then lock it like this, or you mean the actual, this thing? Time edit lock, wow. Thanks for that, I've never used that before. Okay, so I'm just gonna start putting in notes. So the first one is an F minor, that's the first chord, right? So I'm gonna start drawing in this track and thinking about F minor. So this note is a C, which is the 5th of the chord, so I could put the 3rd of the chord here. It depends on how I'm gonna wanna spread it out. Already I'm thinking about, okay, this guy's leaping down a 5th like this, right? So I need to be careful with where I place this first note because this guy's already leaping over this position. So either this one's gonna have to leap down also right away, or it's gonna walk down, or I can start this one lower and go that way as well. This could be on the F instead. And then say the other guy, if we bring in this one, the other guy could start on to get all the notes of the F and A flat down here, for instance. So now we've got C, F, and A flat. It's like a first inversion F minor chord. Right, like that. And that gives me more space to work with. I could even space it out further, thinking of this one as a bass, putting it down to, you know, an F way down, and then the other one A flat. I'm gonna try to keep it thinking soprano, alto, tenor, and I'm not gonna have an octave, more than an octave between any of the voices, basically. That's sort of the idea. When I say voices in this sense, I just mean the notes I'm using, the notes of the chord. We call those voices, even though they are synths in this case. Okay. So let's give it a shot. Got the F minor, and then this is walking up still, basically like an F minor thing. I just have to decide what I want to do with that. Now this note's holding. Every time a note holds, it gives me an opportunity to move something underneath. Dun dum, right? It can, underneath that, one of these guys can move. So for instance, this guy is going to need to get out of the way of the top line, because the top line is going to come down and occupy this note right away. So what I could do is think about what harmony do I want to end up with on this next chord tone here. So for instance, it's hitting an F, this is hitting an F in the melody. So this guy could get down to a C, and then this guy down here could remain at an A flat because it's part of the chord already. So Now to get more interesting motion, I'm going to come to the middle voice and going to walk it down to this note here. And we can do that in a variety of ways, just depends on what notes we want to hit. For instance, like that could work. Right, but it could have been, could have leaped. It's kind of cool. Kind of like the half step though. And then now with this rising thing, we can harmonize this, of course, in a bunch of ways. So this can remain across both, for instance, and then this will be a fourth at first, coming to a sixth, and then I need to decide what harmony do I want to end up on this top note. So on the top note, we can just start drawing in an idea for a harmony. It's a similar arrangement that we had before, right? So it could be that we end up back on the same harmony we had before, like this. And then this one is just going to walk up in step here. No parallel fifths, kids, that's what they tell you. So here's a parallel fifth right here, a fifth on these, and a fifth on these. The reason they say in classical to avoid parallel fifths is just so that you can maintain the differentiation of all the individual voices. When you use parallel anything, parallel meaning the interval stays the same as it shifts, right? Like power chords on a guitar or something. When you use parallel intervals, it hides the inner voices because it's hard for your ear to differentiate where they're different now, especially when the intervals are perfect, as they say, perfect fourths, fifths, and octaves. So generally people recommend against that. So we could instead do this. It's pretty cool. We're supposed to use choral writing rules? No, definitely not, but I'm into it sometimes, so. All right, so now we've got voice 1 done, voice 2 done. I'm gonna actually pan this guy over so we can hear separation a bit better, like this. Okay. So now we want to think about what this lowest voice is gonna do compared to this. So right now it's just holding, and down here we hit the F, we hit the C, we hit the A flat. So we have a complete F minor chord still. When this jumps up to an A flat, if I continue to hold this, we're gonna have A flat, C, A flat, which is fine. You can, of course, do that. It's not like that's a problem or anything. It's just that it's going to thin out the sound for a second because we get an octave. So if I can, I'm gonna try to avoid it. If I can't avoid it, I can't avoid it, and that's all right. Maybe I should make this larger. I don't know if some people have mentioned in the past they like to see the names of the notes on these things, so we can see about that. That's the wrong button. Like that. Mautar says, wish the lock edit would also prevent notation redraw, as S1 always redraws the guitar tablature notation when you do any action on an event. Hopefully they'll fix that. Interesting. I've never seen that before. Never tried to. John, welcome. Hey. Kuhai, hello, it's my first stream ever. Thanks to Lo-Fi Guide. Hey, no problem. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right. Can we change the colors a bit? Yes, we can change the colors a bit. Let's change them drastically. I'll make it pretty later. Make it ugly for now. How about that? Okay. So now when we get to this moment here with the A flat, the C, if I want to continue my thing of having all three notes of the chord and outlining this chord, this guy, of course, needs to become an F, like this. And then on the way up, we got to think what's happening here now. So we have F, C, A flat. That's an F minor chord, and we're ending on an F minor chord here. On the way up, we've got a B flat, a C sharp, or a D flat actually in this case, and we don't know yet. So a few things that can happen here. One thing is, since we have a target chord here in a way, which is this F minor, we can approach that chord with its own fifth. So in this case, that'd be a C7 type or a diminished chord beneath, like an E diminished type or something like that. And so we could think about that. Just for this one hit, we could try to get a C chord of some sort. So let's give that a shot. So the easiest solution will be to have the G here. Then for this guy, he would be an E. So we're gonna have G, E, and B flat. So that, I can't actually play that voicing because let's actually turn these to poly for now, and I'll turn them to mono later, just so if I ever want to play chords, I can do that, just to show things. I like this. Does anyone know how to do this to lock the instruments that view in here so I don't have to swap between them constantly? That'd be kind of cool. Okay, so anyway, the voicing now is that. So this is like a E diminished chord, but I'm thinking of it as a C7. And it's going to end up on the F like that. So it sounds like this. Are we missing a guy in here? Let's see. Oops. Oh, they're both pan the same direction? Is that why it sounds weird? No. Oh, yeah, I am missing a guy. Oh, okay, he got put on the other one. All right. There's a little lock icon on the far left pane where you select instrument visibility. Oh, here. Hey, okay, I'm learning today. Thanks, Nick. So if I come up to this guy, I actually accidentally put a note on that one. There we go. So there's the lowest harmony. Here's the middle one. And the top one. The top two together. And then all three. Okay. So, once again, we are outlining an F minor chord, but we can take tiny little excursions into other chords that are functionally related to the other one, as in we're ending up on F minor here, and so we've got the C7 E diminished thing pulling us to that just for that brief 16th note right there. Okay, so we've got that first chord done. Now this one, when I see a 4 in the key, so it says A sharp, but if I just change the key, maybe it will renumber things correctly. Does that work? If we say F minor, hey, it works. Okay, so B flat. Won't it be hard to hear each separate voice if they follow each other like that? Yeah, sometimes they're going to follow each other and sometimes they're going to hold. It just depends. Yeah, we'll look at a whole bunch of options as we go. So when I see the fourth of a key in a minor key, the fourth of a key, a good practice if you're into composing and trying to get this stuff in your mind is basically, I think you just have to expand the piano. Okay, they're talking about something else, is what notes of the key can be harmonized with what primary chords? As in, if you're in the key of E minor and the note is an F, then you want to have an idea of what notes, what chords in the key can harmonize the root. So an F minor can harmonize the root, the 4 chord harmonizes with the root, and the flat 6 chord harmonizes with the root. So for every note in the key, you can keep a little journal in your mind of what chords harmonize those melody notes. So in this case, the melody note is the 4th of the key. And so there's a few chords that immediately come to mind that are normally used to harmonize that degree. So one is the 4 chord, of course, another is the 2 chord. So we can try both of those. And then we'll see. There's also ways to use this as a 7th, as an extension, but we'll just get into that in a second. So as we have the B flat, do we want to hear this sound? Or do we want to hear, say, this sound? I kind of like that. Maybe both. Maybe we can get both in there. Let's try it. So if we take the lowest voice and find a way to make this work here. So we've got the root on top, the root of the 4 chord on top. So I'm trying to think about where do I want to place the other voices. The lowest voice could be the 5th down here. The middle voice could be the 3rd here. now when this guy stops, these guys could walk. Could be kind of interesting. Let's try that. So if we are on the F here and we're trying to get down to this now, we could just walk down the scale like this, and then with the low voice, we also walk down like this. Kind of cool. Although I don't know, is it better to have the space in there? I'm not sure. What we could do also is maybe the middle voice could leap below the note, then come up. It's pretty cool. Okay, and then to look at what we want to do here. So when we come down, this could be resolving to a 1 chord again. Or it could be staying on the 4 chord. Or coming down to a 2 chord, maybe. It's kind of cool too. Could also be, let's think, could be the flat 6. Lots of possibilities. Let's see. So I'm going to start to fill this chord out with a harmony that I like, this F note at the top, and then we're just going to see how we want to walk into that. Chris, welcome. Don't think we've met before, Chris, have we? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so, Zoltan, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. Appreciate your support. Thank you. So this chord, let's say we put it as the 1 chord. How about that? So we're going to end up on probably this sort of close-voiced thing, right? And then again, we can think about an approach chord into the 1 chord. So here we've got, if our what do you call it? If the 5 chord in this key is C, C7, but I have A flat note on top, I ask myself, can I just mash the 2 together? Since I'm trying to approach the 1 chord, but the melody note is not part of the 5 chord, as in the 5 chord is a C major or a C7, A flat is the flat 13, it's the flat 6 of that chord. Can I just play a C augmented, basically, sound to get in there? So the answer is probably we can. So let's see if it works. So we're gonna try to play maybe like it's not a bad sound. I would like to have this guy, but it's too fast to have that note in. So maybe we can do this with. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's just see if it ends up working out. So if we have this here, and then we have the low one like this. It's too quick. Too quick to do a chord that complex. Is it rude if I ask where you learn your music theory? Not rude, that's for sure. I learned my music theory between a mix of books and self-study. Yeah, books and self-study, basically, over the course of many, many years. Didn't know about the note names as well. Love the chat. It's like a hive mind. Yeah. So we try to find a chord that'll accommodate both a flat 6 and flat 7. It doesn't need to be the flat 7, but yes, I'm trying to accommodate that flat 6 note, but still approach the 1 chord, which can be done in many ways. I was trying to do it with the 5 chord right now, but the lesson we learn here, and is a lesson I learn over and over again, which is that the more complex a chord is, the longer it needs to last in order for the ear to understand what it's hearing. Right? If you want to play like a 13 sharp 11 chord, you can't just go bop, because it'll sound like a mess. You have to sustain it so the ear can basically understand all the frequencies that are being given to it. So let's just try to, the sun keeps brightening me up here. So anyway, I need to simplify this so that we can walk into this in a really easy way. Which means I'm probably not going to use the 5 chord here. We'll just give we'll try something else. We can even just maybe sustain. Let's see. If I just turn all these on at the same time, I can probably just edit them all at once, right? Yeah. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is walk this one up halfway. So this creates a clash momentarily. My ear tells me. Why does this note not play? I must not have that setting turned on. Let's see. I do have that setting turned on. Anyway. Okay, well, whatever. Is S1 the only DAW you use up to this point? No, I've used like almost every DAW. But S1 is my favorite. Vcode says, welcome Vcode. How can we bring the sounds of virtual instruments to Studio 1.5 when the DAW doesn't allow us to be used its VST in any other DAW? How can we bring the sounds of virtual instruments to Studio 1.5 when the DAW doesn't allow it to be VST in any other DAW? I don't know exactly what you mean. Sorry, you might have to rephrase that. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that I've got a G here and an A flat up here, which creates this disgusting sound. So I might need to prevent that from happening somehow, which means that this is going to have to change notes. I see I've got this in the wrong channel, like that. So there's lots of problem solving that goes on in these things where notes are going to clash or something weird is going to happen, and you have to find solutions to kind of prevent that. So this is one option here, is that I'm just skipping over. This note sounds great here, but it doesn't sound great with this note. So instead, I skip over it when this note changes and we come down. Right. Do you post your tracks, songs on any streaming platform? Not really. I do have some stuff on my SoundCloud, which you can check out. I have a few things uploaded to the YouTube channel, some remixes that I've done, but I don't really release much music. That might change at some point here. There's the SoundCloud if you like it. So now, we're hitting this B flat note again. This time, we might try to harmonize it differently. Maybe with the 2 chord instead of the 4 chord this time. So what we'll do is put the 2 chord in underneath this. So let's get a voicing for the 2 chord. So in this case, we're gonna use maybe this, and for this guy, we'll use this. Rocksteady, hey, welcome. Nice to have you here. Another S1 user. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of repeating these notes over again, but we'll see. What I want to do, giving you some Pokemon Red Lavender Town vibes. I was just thinking about Pokemon Red and Blue the other day. I was like, I want to play that again. Okay, so we have this note up here we need to do something with. I'm going to try to do a secondary dominant of the 2 chord. So the 5 of the 2. The 5 of the 2. 5 of the 2? 5 of the 2. Which is D7. It's going to sound disgusting, in fact. I don't want to use it. Yeah, no good at all. It's not good at all. So we got to find another solution. Let's think. We're on a 1 chord here. There's a 2 chord here. I mean, we could just hit a. We could just sustain these even. It's not bad. I like this motion here. Just gonna say this before I hit the hay for the night. Love what you're doing. Keep it up. And the reason why I can use my S1. Hey, that's great, Kohai. Appreciate you being here. Have a good sleep. Okay, so now we're gonna figure this one out in just a moment. I'm gonna anticipate this by doing one right before it with these guys down here. So what we'll do is we're gonna walk them. We're gonna basically invert this chord. So we're gonna end up here. We'll try. Duplicate this note, do this, the G. We're gonna end up on, what are we gonna end up on? Perhaps like this. Oops, gotta get this guy. And dupe and loop it. That's the easy solution. Okay, we'll do it like that. Walk up in thirds. And then we'll sustain these. So we lose a voice for 1 second here. This is on the B flat, this is on the B flat. So for that one moment, we've kind of lost thickness. We could potentially try... to avoid that, I don't know. Let's see. Don't mind that too much. We'll just do it like that. And then how about here? So we have a C, we have a C, we have an A flat. So what we'll do is maybe drop this down to an F for that one hit. And then let's just try thinking like... Moonlight, hey, welcome. Okay, so let's hear it from the top so far. This minor seventh type thing here is not really what I want. Ooh. I like that though. Hey, Sophocles. Okay, then I want to drop these guys down by eighth notes to end up on something. And maybe end up on something like this. Nope. Then this, we know that this is going to be sort of like a 5-chord something or rather. Well, actually, we could have this, instead of being the 1 chord, this could be flat 6 now, which could be kind of cool, actually. Why don't we try that? So if we have like a big spread voiced flat 6 chord right here. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong chord. It's gonna have to be like this. Oh, it's a major 7th, of course. Hey, Lost Ghost. Welcome. That's kind of cool. Let's get this 5 chord in here. Something like this with, oops, with this. Then this could be like this. This is a massive jump, of course, from here to here. All the harmonies are jumping up like crazy. We could try to smooth it. Or we could drop these early and give them a break. It's kind of cool. We could, ooh, this would be awesome if we can do it, but I don't know if it's gonna work out so high. I was gonna say stagger these. With all this movement, it's gonna be tough. Ooh, why don't we just change the melody here to make this work? Because it's actually going to be really cool if we could do it. Let's duplicate the melody over and then try What? Why can't, oh, it's because I locked it. I locked it thanks to Frio. So this could be just something real simple. And we'll do this like descending bell tones kind of stuff, which is going to be pretty cool if we can actually accomplish it well. That sort of stuff. You'd like to play this game. Yeah, that'd be great. No. Mega Man 3 Rocksteady! We got our old school Nintendo set up just the other day, and I was like, I need to get Mega Man 3! Yeah, something like that's going to work out really well. So we're going to do this, and then this. Then this guy is going to stay for this one and drop for this one. Can we hold these over? I wonder. That's going to be interesting, actually. Oh, hell yeah. And then, I mean, I guess this may as well just be a 5 chord. And then here, we're going to need okay. So then this is going to come up. This is going to come up. Here's that problem again where the thing needs to get out of the way. So we're going to think about what this next chord needs to be. This next chord has got an E on top. Of course, it's going to be a 5 of some sort. So this is going to be down here. This is going to be probably here. And then we'll swap out to the dominant there. Then this needs to drop down to an E so we don't lose the voice. And we end up on a power chord. Parallel fifths. So these could drop halfway through. Going we could walk this up to the third just to get it to ring for a second. Oh, I've got this in the wrong one. All right, so there's the first half basically done. Yeah, 2 Fs there, X-Gun, you're totally right. And that's intentional. I'm just sometimes ending on a power chord, as we call it, is kind of powerful and nice, other than I don't know about these guys doing that. So what we could do is let this guy walk down, and then they do the walk up together. Like this to finish the chord. Yeah, I don't mind that. Minor major 7. Okay, not this time. All right, so here again is the game of you're given a melody note and you kind of need to know which chords can harmonize that. So here we have the flat 6 of the key. So you want to think about which chords can harmonize a flat 6 of the key. Of course, the flat 6 chord is going to do it. The 4 chord is going to do it, and the 2 chord is going to do it. Now I'm going to use the flat 6 chord, I think in this case, maybe the 4 chord actually. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just grab something and start. DJ Vivaldi, hey, welcome. All right, so just trying to decide what register I want to work in here. try this. Ooh, got an idea. We're going to put a texture, melodic texture underneath this stuff since it doesn't move that fast. I'm going to do a kind of like da-do 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 da-do, this sort of deal. This will be our one chord. Let's just try. Oops, I've done these all in this. There we go. My video is gone. Oh, my camera must have just turned off, which is interesting. Give me one sec. New stuff. Got to figure out how to use it. Oh, there we go. We're back. Bah. All right. So let's get back to it. All right. Yeah. And then stayed for the nose. And then do a cool little thing here. Oh, this is the wrong voice to use it on. I did a bunch of wrong voices. Okay. So this needs to be gone. This needs to be duped. I I fixed it, Carmela. Maybe in sixths instead? Sixths are lovely indeed. It's probably the best harmony you can play. So I'm just thinking very, very gesturally at the moment. I don't know exactly what notes I'm going to play. I'm just thinking rhythmically. What should happen after this? Do-do-ba-be-ba-do-do. Could throw one of those guys in. Let's get a beat. Yeah. Let's just try this and see what happens, hey? That's pretty cool. Sort of deal. Yeah, maybe we'll do a whole beatboxing challenge. Everybody has to beatbox. Ooh. That's gonna come soon. I don't need to have that in there right now. right, so here's a cool note. Flat 5 of the key in a minor key. I mean, flat 5 of the, flat 5 in any key usually means 5 of 5. Means this chord is going to be harmonized by the 5 chord of the 5 chord. Whenever you hear that in classical music, usually that's what's happening, and we're probably going to do that now. So let's do, yeah, that's right, guys. We did the mouth only challenge. That's totally true. That was a blast. So 5 in the key we're in is C. So 5 of 5 is G. So if we think of this as a G chord, we could play like this. We could even just keep this, G7. Kind of cool sound. And this could drop to the D afterwards. I see, so it gets up to a D there, so we could drop this down to a B here, sustain this. This can have an extra note. We're just going to look at what we want to end up with here. You're probably getting the idea. Like, most of the time I am deciding on a target chord on some important melody note. And then I'm backtracking. I work as far as I can forward until I don't know what to do. Then I skip to the next important note, harmonize that, and then I fill in the gaps logically with what makes sense to work up to that. So here we have this thing, which of course should be a 5 chord of some sort. So we're just going to think about what sort of voicing we want for that. Could be a big spread voicing, which could be kind of cool actually. If we do a G here, and this is a B flat here. I don't know about that. What about if it's just a... And this, now I have to think back to the beginning of the track and what our harmonies are there. And how we lead back into it. I'm doing pretty good actually, it's gonna work out pretty well. Oh, we need some like big thing at the end there. We have to end up on an F. Yeah. Yeah. Like that. And then this. So it has to end up on A flat, so. Hey, that's gonna work out. cam's off again. God damn it. I guess it's just like, I don't know if it's overheating or what it is. I've heard that that can happen, so maybe I need to like figure that out. I wonder if I can just my... What happens if I do this? Nothing. What we can do... Give me 1 sec. I go back to the old school until I can actually figure out what the problem is. Ta-da! Okay, so now this is just going to be plunked up here in some sort of strange configuration. Not sure why it's in a square and not a thingy, but, you know, whatever. All right, there we go. Okay. Particular beatness track of the year. Yeah, chiptune Bach is basically what I'm going for in most days of my life. All right, so now we're going to do the thing where we go bop bop, and we delete this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and then maybe we turn up the reverb a little bit. Speedrun stream, yeah. Let's just see what it sounds like with all the high frequencies in it. Maybe it's going to be too intense now. Cool. Pretty happy with it. Should I keep the high frequencies in, or do you like it more with the muted sound? I'm easy on it. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you like it. Oops. like the highs, but they're too bright. Edge taken off. Yeah, maybe we should just do a little bit less. How about that? Like that. And then I'm just trying to get a final thing. Oh, Steve, thanks so much. As always, really appreciate that. Thank you. And then, now if only we could put this in just intonation. Woo. Okay. Speed run. Sick. So I'm just gonna listen through this once more. I'm bummed about this camera turning off, man. It's unfortunate. I have to figure that out. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to this once more, and then we're gonna listen to everybody else's submissions, and then we'll see what to do. Here we go. Yeah, I don't really like the ending jumping up like that. But yeah, I mean, we could just try. I guess. They all hit Fs. How about that? How about listening on a different key? That's actually an interesting idea, Frio. Bar 15, you should switch the two voices. At bar 15, I should switch the two voices. What do you mean? Video game companies, get at me! I would love to do some kind of stuff like this for a game. That would be the best. I'm going to actually try that. I'm going to try to put this all in a different key just to see what happens. Let's drop this down like 3 or 4 keys. It's going to be a weird sensation. Pretty cool down there. I actually like the more resonant range. I don't know, should we just keep it in the lower key? I'm down with either way, I don't really mind. Let's hear this just straight key change. Take the higher one. All right. More obvious contrast between bass and soprano this way. It's true, but I think I might just keep it because of flavor. Just for the sake of the continuity of what I've been doing here. Okay. Sick. There's a track that I made a long time ago that I never finished. I'm going to quickly play for you because I didn't just pull this style out of my ass. I've actually done something similar before. Only once. But you can take a listen to it. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yeah, we'll keep it with the original higher one. So we'll listen to this other track once so you can see that I've kind of done something like this before, and then we will listen to everybody's tracks. So this is a 5-part harmony, not 3. I need to get this sending out the right output for you. And then we need to get just a quick limiter involved. So it can be... Yeah, Zap Brannigan, but it's actually Brap Zanigan. That's gonna be my... That's the plan, that's my pseudonym for my super heavy music. So this is the 5-part thing. I'll try to get... sheet music, who wants that? No, I'm down with sheet music. But we'll try to get all 5 parts showing here. I see they have different octaves, so they kind of overlap each other. But anyway, this is what the thing looks like. They're all the same color, sorry. Sounds like this. Is it clipping the limiter? Yep, like crazy. So why are you getting such a quiet sound? That's the question. There we go. Okay, here we go. That's as far as I got it. So I don't know what's up with all this. The limiter is like behaving really strangely, but like it's. If we just turn this down, I'm glad you guys like it. It's some pretty interesting stuff that goes on in this section here. I can show you just a little bit. This is the main melody. I wrote the melody first. This is the second harmony. Third harmony. Fourth harmony. this is tough. How do we see them all together like this? On the bass. It's actually an octave lower than it's displaying here. Man, honestly, this thing is one of my favorite things that I've ever made. I go back to it over and over again, hoping that one time I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna actually finish this track, but I never do. So we'll see if I get there. Anyway, let's close that up. Great. Let's listen to all of your entries now. Do it with guitars. I'm gonna see if I can. My camera has maybe cooled itself off by now and I can be full screen again for y'all. Let's see. Let's turn this guy off, turn this guy on. Next week's challenge, finish an old unfinished track. That is so funny. That's a great idea. There we go. All right. So we got 2 late entries. I'm looking at you, Carmela and Stranger, and another late entry. No, we don't. All right. So we've got 18 entries. Woo! You were right on 1 p.m. Okay, that's fine. It put it in the late folder anyway. All right, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna have to go by pretty quick here just because there's so many of them. So chat quickly. Here we go. This is starting off with Andrew, and I guess his Discord tag is Echo Victor Delta. Don't know if you're here, Andrew. Ren Fair. Here we go. Beautiful. I love that. Very nice. Thank you, Echo Victor Delta. Now we got Carmela, Wanderer's Path, it's called. Here we go. Wonderful. Thank you, Carmela. So nice. I'm so glad we did this challenge. I love listening to harmonies. One of my favorite activities, honestly. So thank you guys. That was wonderful. Okay, next up we got Cdell 7 Up. And his track's called T-Bone Steaks. Here we go. The title was Wanderer's Path. So T-Bone, or T-Bone, I'm calling you T-Bone. Cdell, that was excellent. I did say don't use any other instruments. You might have missed that. Only the harmonies, but he did do 3-part horn harmonies, adding in one at a time, which was actually really well done. Nice work. But, you know, got the other instruments involved there too. Next we got Kem with Imposter King. Kem Saglam with Imposter King. Here we go. Let's check it out. That was great. Great feel. Nice choice. So I'm sorry, please tell me the pronunciation. Is you saying, in English we would say gem there, gem or gem? What's the answer? Gem or gem? Gem or gem? Everyone rise. Very nice. Very nice. Gem. Gem. Ah, okay. That's great. Thank you for correcting me. So next up we got Digimao, Mautar on YouTube here. And the track is called Dumatic Scale Harmony. The Dumatic scale. That's the kind of scale I'm looking for. I was just in a lesson the other day with a student, and she, a teenage student, and she was like, oh, the Maxilledian scale. I was like, I've never thought about that before. Never put it together. Mixolydian, Maxilledian. I'm going to have to make a track in the Maxilledian scale. Maybe that's our next challenge. You got to use the Maxilledian scale. Anyway, we're going to get into the Dumatic scale now. We got 18 submissions, Sean David. All right, here we go. That was sick. Nice. Is that a 7-string you're playing? Whoa. Very cool. Hi, Amit. Welcome. Michael Elliott. Yo. All right. Next up, we got Frio Ventus. The track's called Sunrise. Wow. That was gorgeous. Nice work. And that, whatever plugin you're using for these vocals sounds ridiculously good. Jeez. That was dope. Nice work, Frio. Next up, we got Jean David. Tree Time is Charming is the name of the track. Here we go. That was dope. Really nice. He had the same 5/5 chord that I used as well. Okay. Next up, we got Shep. Lockdown Lament. Here we go. Beautiful, Shep. Nice. Thank you. Great choice of instruments, too. I like how different they were. Really spacious, big reverb, too. Very nice. Next up, we got Kim. Kim with the Harsh Symphony. What's that going to mean? Let's find out. Super cool. Nice work, Kim. I really like it. It's great. I have a couple tracks on the list here that say the famous pigment bug leak. Oh, really? Is that what the pitch shifting's about? I wonder. I have a couple tracks here that don't have stream or feedback written in them, so I'm not going to play them. One is Landon. In case you're here, Landon, you can let me know if you want to actually get played or not. Next up, we got Nick. So Nick Darmok, the track is called Three Horn Harmony. Here we go. Yeah, that was great. Very nice, Nick. Like the minor. Ooh, good sounds, too. Yeah. Next up, we got Patrick. Patrick by the Sea. What a good name. Three Coins in a Puddle, it's called. All right. Nice one, Patrick. You probably know what I'm going to say, but no other instruments. But I heard the harmonies. Wonderful stuff with the guitar harmonies. That's great. Thank you. I like the other parts too. It just wasn't part of the challenge, of course. Okay, next up we got Perfunctory. 3 parts arm only. Sounds good. Here we go. Wow, very cool. Super unique. That was a great idea. Totally, yeah, interesting concept to have the pulsing thing on the side and the 2 strings. Nice work. Next up, we got Barbadel. Trilogy, it's called. Nice name. Let's get into it. That was great. Nice work, Barbadel. Beautiful. Da, 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 da. The end. Da, 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 da. Wonderful. Next up, we got Pig Now named Megan Podwin. It's called Every Precious Hour with You. The with you is in brackets. Every precious hour with you. I'm the you. Back off. Let's take a listen. I'm stoked.
Every precious hour, every precious hour with you, every precious hour with you, every precious hour with you. Every precious hour with you. Every precious hour with you. Every precious hour.
Oh. That's so sweet. It's beautiful too. Really beautiful. What can I say? Using inspiration from last week. Cue to Godfather. You don't have stream or feedback written in your... Which plugin is that? We talked about that last week. It's the Megan plugin. I've got access to it. Nobody else does. Cue to Godfather. You don't have stream or feedback written in your title, so I'm not going to play it, just so you know. Okay. Next is Stranger. Here we go. Wow, nice work, Stranger. That was great. Good feel. Great main melody, too. Really good. Stoked on that. Lastly, but not leastly, we have Zoltan. No Name song. Here we go. Nice. You got a little bit on my side of the pond there with the game music stuff, synth stuff. That was great, Sultan. Nice work. Very good feel. Like what Jean David said, would have worked for the game screenshot challenge. That's totally true. Nice. Okay, let's listen to mine once more, and then we're going to sign off for today. So let's check this out. Nice. I like it. Okay, everybody. That was great. Super great. I like music. Are you, Landon? Maybe that's the situation. Thanks for all the entries. That was awesome. I was really excited to do this challenge myself and hear what everybody did, and it did not disappoint. As always, I'm stoked on it. We're going to have a totally new challenge tomorrow. And yeah, it's going to be unlike this one completely, as always. So please, if you're not in the Discord, sign up for the Discord. The link's in the description. I've also got some courses that you can buy if you're on theory and composition in the description if you want to learn to do some sort of harmonization melodic stuff. But yes, tomorrow, new challenge. Today I'm going to post the winners from the last challenge. I should have done that yesterday, but I didn't, so sorry. I'm going to do that today. Tomorrow, new challenge, and then I'll be back on Wednesday for a stream. Actually, I'm going to post today in the Discord about what times work best for people for future streams. I'm going to start doing very soon 3 streams a week, and I have some other interesting stuff that's going to appear shortly related to the channel and the Discord, which is pretty exciting. But yes, I'm going to post a poll today on what times work best for people because I want to make sure that everybody can join and it's easy for them. So yeah, just let me know. Otherwise, hope to see you in the Discord and we can chat about all this stuff here and listen to all the tracks and we can do the voting. The voting is going to happen in the Discord as well after I post it today. So yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Gaming streams. Yeah, that's actually going to happen at some point too, Frio. We'll get some of that going on. Okay, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being with me. And hope it was enjoyable for you. It was a great great joy for me for sure. Talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.